What up, what up, what up, what up, Sober Gang? We got a great show lined up for you guys today. I will be having Nicole from Nicole Accountability YouTube channel. We will be discussing, is using drugs with sex, is it good or bad? This is gonna be an awesome show. I got a lot of things lined up for you guys today. We're gonna ask Nicole a lot of questions. She is very influential to me. She basically took me under her wing, and she's showing me the ropes of these YouTube streets and how to navigate and how to promote and how to get my platform off the ground and off the running. She has been doing this for quite a long time, and she knows her ins and outs of this business. And that is what it's about. It's about meeting people. It's about encouraging people. And it's about finding new ways to get your message out. We finna have a good show today. We finna have a good show today. We finna unwind. Let me play a little music. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we finna have a great time today, everybody. This is gonna be an awesome show. Like I said, I'm in a good mood. It's Monday. Another day of our God. I'm blessed. 2 years sober and clean. We finna run it. Oh! I'm feeling good today, everybody. I mean, I'm feeling awesome. Everything I have been through, everything, and it just feels like everything is coming to the forefront now. I'm able to open up. I'm able to be myself. You know what I mean? And that's the best part about it, everybody. If you liking this content right now, man, hey, give me a thumbs up. A thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up. A thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up. Yeah. So we talking about is using meth or cocaine with sex. Is it good or bad? A lot of people. We got a lot of people that loves to mix and use cocaine or meth or just drugs in general with having sex. But is that a good thing? Some people may consider that it is good. It may be taboo to others. It may be taboo. But some people like to do it. And there are pros and cons to everything we do. We must know that first. There are always pros and cons. So we go sit around and wait for a little while. I'm gonna chat with y'all for a little while until Nicole jump in. Yeah, we having a good time right now. I want y'all to vibe out with me. Yeah. I would love for you guys to continue. If this is your first time to the channel right now, please smash that like button and comment down below. What do you think? I would love to hear you guys. I would love to see your comments in the comment box. What do you think about is using drugs with sex? Is it good or bad? I mean, a lot of people might have a lot of different answers to that question. A lot of people may be out there, they probably know how to use drugs and sex. You know, a lot of people might be out there and know how to use drugs and sex together in a good way. But a lot of people probably do not know how to do it. So that's what we're talking about today on my platform, the Sober Gang Experience YouTube channel. Make sure you share this live stream. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And you could also become a real member. You could also become an official member of this show by clicking the join button on the home screen. That is very important. If you want to participate, if you would love to become a full member and get access to videos and interviews before anybody else, click that join button. Click that join button and purchase you a level. We turned up today, man. We turned up. I'm having a good time today. I'm having a good time. Like I said, I got Nicole from Nicole's Accountability. She gonna kill me when she see this. Nicole Accountability YouTube channel, man. Y'all need to go check her out, man. She is awesome. She's very awesome, man. What she does, how she promotes herself, and really, she battled addiction for quite a long time. And like I said, man, since I've been on my journey, I have met a lot of people. Since I've been doing this YouTube channel, I have met a lot of people that inspires me, that motivates me. A lot of people I probably would have never met when I was on the outside world doing the shit that I was doing. One thing about this recovery and one thing about my journey is that I'm meeting people that is very beneficial to me because we share the same message. We share the same dream. We want to inspire and motivate people in addiction, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. If you seeking help or treatment right now, there's residential treatment. There's a lot of ways you can go with seeking help. Residential, inpatient, outpatient, hell, even online. You got to find the resources. You got to make the stands. It's up to you. I can preach to preach or talk to talk with you guys all day long. But at the end of the day, it is very well up to you. You got to make a stance and decide what it is in life that you want to do with yourself. Because with this addiction shit, it's killing people rapidly. You have to make a stance today. Now, I know you see the title and I know you see the thumbnail, but we are just having a discussion about this today. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I am here for those that are battling addiction. I am here for you guys. I know exactly what you're going through. I've been down that same damn path, and I know how hard it is to get up out of that path. But you got to make a stance, and you got to want it, and you got to continue to fight. That's what we're doing on the Sober Gang Experience podcast today. That's what we're doing. We're going to open up, you guys. Let me send the code. Yeah, she just hit me up, everybody. She finna jump in. She finna jump in a few minutes. Let me play this music again. Let me get y'all live again. Hey, 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 yeah. Sober Gang. Sober Gang. We are not affiliated with a gang. We are not affiliated with a gang. We are not affiliated with no kind of gangs, no colors. We do not associate ourselves with any kind of organized criminal gang. I would love to make that very clear. Let me clarify that again. The Sober Gang name does not mean that we are affiliated. Let me pause it. The Sober Gang name do not mean that we are affiliated or associated with any type of criminal activities, any type of criminal gang, any kind of flags or any kind of colors. We do not associate ourselves with any kind of gang. The Sober Gang just means that we are a unit. We are a family, and we are strong together. That gang means that we are strong together. This is the Sober Gang. We are family. We're here to inspire and motivate y'all in recovery and addiction. Let me get turned up. Turn up. Turn up with your boy. Give this video a thumbs up. Hey, we went in for Nicole to pop in. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Not a love song. Yeah. Tune up. Turn up with me, man. Let's have some fun today, y'all. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Like I said, it's a Monday. And if you blessed that you got up this morning, comment down below and say, I'm blessed. A lot of people didn't wake up this morning. If you blessed and you got up, if you blessed and you got up and you kissed your kids, you sent your kids off to school today, and you feeling motivated, you feeling that positive energy, you feeling that vibe today, hey, today is your day. Claim it. Claim that shit today. Today is your day. You better claim it. Don't let nobody get into your good space. Don't let nobody knock you off your square. Don't let nobody take you away from your positive energy today. You better claim that shit today. Claim your energy and claim your space. Just show out TV, man. Thank you guys for joining in and tuning in with me. We finna turn up. It's gonna be an awesome show, man. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, we're finna turn up, man. We're finna turn up. We're finna have an awesome show. Nicole finna jump in here. I got some questions that I will be asking her. We're going to chop it up. It might get heated. Hell, who knows? But that will make good content. Go check her out on her channel at Nicole's Accountability. And make sure you also subscribe to mine. Hell, we just jumping off almost 2 years in this YouTube game. And what I would really love for you guys to do is continue to watch my videos. Continue to watch my videos, because lately I have been we've been really stuck in the YouTube algorithm. I don't know what is up, but I really need you guys' support, man. I need you guys to start stepping up with me. I need you guys to start really sharing the video. I love it when you watch it, and even more engaging with me. I need the engagement. I need the comments down below. I need y'all to hit that like button. It's easy as hell. Just hit that little thumbs up button, because that button let YouTube and the algorithm know that this video is worth watching. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. A lot of people think that, man, they don't want to hit your like button. They don't even want to share your stuff, man, because a lot of people do not want to see what you're doing, and they don't want to see you get out there. Let's just keep it real and 100. A lot of people don't want to see you succeed and shit like that. So make sure you hit that like button. We got Nicole in the building. We got Nicole in the building. Yeah. we turned up today. I was just talking to the people before you came in. I had the music playing. I had to get them in the vibe today. We had fun today. This is Sober Gang.
That makes me so happy to do that. So, were y'all talking about me while I was not here? What were y'all saying?
Yeah, I just said that. I just said make sure y'all go tune into her YouTube channel, Nicole's Accountability. Like I said, man, we're finna do something very, very special today.
I'm excited.
Like I always do. Yeah, like I said, everybody, let me welcome y'all. Let me introduce her right. Let me introduce her the right way to Sober Gang Experience Podcast. This is Nicole from Nicole's Accountability. We linked up together because she is a very special person to me. She done took me under her wings, and she really showing me the ins and outs of this YouTube stuff, man. She know there, she been there, she know how to reach people, and she is very inspirational to me. Let me turn this down real quick, you guys. She is very important to me right now, y'all. She took me under her wing, and she has been battling addiction for quite a long time herself. Hell, we all have, but that's what this show is about. But one thing I loved was that she didn't hesitate when I called. She have a phone number, and hell, the whole world probably know this girl number. You can really reach her. You can reach her like at any time. Yeah. She got one of those numbers like Mike Jones had back in the day. I don't know if y'all youngsters know Mike Jones.
I remember that.
Yeah. He always had his phone number. The whole world knew his number. But Nicole.
You know what? I should make like a rap that's like, if you need to get a hold of me, call 501-471-9455. But I need to get the numbers to be different so that way it would sound better, because it's an easy number to remember. It's the 9455 at the end, but I wonder if I could get like easier numbers. But yeah, I give my number out to anybody that needs it. You don't have to pay me to talk to me on the phone or nothing like that. If you need me or you want to ask me questions or you need suggestions about something, I don't mind anybody reaching out to me at all. It doesn't matter. Just don't send me. Let me tell you a story real fast, Terrence.
Go ahead.
I guess some trolls had gotten a hold of my phone number one time, and I woke up one morning and I went to. I put my phone on mute at about 10 o'clock at night, or else it'll ring all through the night. So I put my phone on no sound, and I woke up the next morning and I was going through my messages, and I tapped on a message, and all of a sudden came through to my phone over 100 pictures of BBCs. BBCs everywhere.
Wow. That is that's a video. That's a photo bomb like a mug, girl.
No,
Did you know?
I didn't know who it was. It was like a troll or something. So I wake my husband up and I said, "Good morning, BBCs, baby."
Yo, look, hey, get this video a thumbs up right now, because we ain't making this shit up. Hey, Nicole, we cannot make this shit up. I told y'all this is going to be an awesome show with y'all today. Look, we done already popped it out. We're talking about BBCs. Look, I told y'all this shit. It's going to be here. But what did he say about that?
My husband just laughed because, back when I first started helping people on social media, something like that would have shook me up. I would have gotten emotional about it. It would hurt my feelings. But I've been doing this on social media since 2018 and like actively giving my phone number out since at least 2020. And so I have seen it all. And I have heard it all. I have been called it all. I have had people make memes about me, videos about me. And so I've just gotten to a point in my life where I can laugh it off now. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just laughed. We both laughed.
Yeah, that's all you can do because I'm quite sure. One thing about this content creating, you guys, is that we open ourselves up for a lot of shit. When we making these videos, we talk about our life. We're talking about what we went through. And there is some pros and cons when it comes with this shit. We have trolls. I have, with me and Nicole, I have just went damn near viral on a video that I did on TikTok. It's at 62,000 views.
Which one?
The one that when I was talking about Xanax. It's at 62,000 views.
I told you. You
told me that. And this, I'm telling y'all, this is all because of her. She told me exactly what to do. Start being engaging with the people. The people want to see you. The people want to hear you. They want to hear how passionate you are. So I shared a story. I would love for you guys to go check it out on my YouTube channel. My TikTok link is Mr. Show Out. I will have it in the description box a little later. But I was talking about my crazy story with using Xanax. And that story is at 62,000 views since Wednesday. It got well over 1,000 comments. And I'm telling you this, Nicole, because it was a troll, somebody in there just going crazy. I blocked him. He was saying
just get used to it. Please get used to it.
That's what I was telling people.
It is a whole nother beast on TikTok, okay? So I don't want you to get your feelings hurt. I don't want you to get emotional. Just block, delete. Because it is like, TikTok is like social media on steroids. It is going so quickly. They're on to the next one by not less than 24 hours later. And so when I first started TikTok, stuff would happen to me. My videos would go viral and I would get all that influx of people calling me fat bees, telling me I was lying about my addiction. There's no way I was a drug addict, just crazy stuff like that. And it would really, really affect me. And I would want to defend myself. So I would be responding to their comments and making video responses. The best thing you can do is just keep it moving because that's what they want. They want to get your goat. They want to get that attention from you. And as long as you know in your heart that your intentions are to help people and that you're not causing any harm, then that's all that matters. As long as you are trying to help others and do the right thing. Like we were talking on the phone and I was like, yeah, we want to get views because we want people to hear our message. It's not about the views, but without the views, people won't find us.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
You know?
That's what I was telling. That's what I was telling my panel guest speakers too. We finna crank this up, y'all. Look, we already having it. Look, give this video a thumbs up if you just tuning in right now. I am with Nicole from Nicole Accountability YouTube channel. We finna turn it up, y'all. Let's get it started, man. You know what I mean? Let's get it started.
And he was going there and just a nightmare, disrupting everything, yelling, crying, all kinds of stuff, running out to the car.
So if this is y'all first time to the channel, I would love for you all to go watch the recent interviews or the latest videos we did back in the day with Richie also. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up?
I can't call it, man. It's another beautiful day.
I have a way of navigating my way through triggers, but in the process of recovery, I've picked up a lot of tools and I've latched on and jumped in the back pockets of people with more experience in recovery. And when I have those triggers, I pick up tools.
Now, this is Mr. Show Out TV, my podcast, where we talk about addiction, where we try to come up with solutions. We try to come up with ways that we can actually help people that is battling addiction.
You have a whole ass
Right.
intro. I don't have an intro like that. I'm small time.
No. You got one now, girl. I do all my edits.
That was
My professors,
professional.
my professors in college be like, "Are you sure you want to go into, drug and alcohol counseling? Because we watch your videos and you do all this shit yourself." I say, "Yeah." They're like, "Hold on now. I do
Yeah, you
all my
edit and
edits.
do all the stuff. Like,
I do
how do you
all
do that? I mean, you can show
it.
me. See, I can show
Yeah,
you
I
something, and
got
you can
you.
show me something.
Yeah, I got you, girl. I got you on the back end. You can just send me, tell me what you need. I got you. I do intros. I had a couple people hit me up from Instagram, and they were like, "Can you do an intro for me? And I'll pay you." I was like, "I ain't never done it like that before." But she was like, "I just really need this intro. I've seen some of your videos." I'm like, "Yeah, I do this shit like all day long in the back of my head. I could do this shit blindfold." And she was like,
You
"Well,
can totally get paid to do that. You should do
yeah."
that.
She was like, "I can send you $50." She said, "How much you charge?" I said, "That'll be fine." I said, "Send me 5 pictures of you. 5 pictures of you, and tell me what kind of sound do you want." I said, "Do you have some copyright free music?" She was like, "No." I said, "Well, I got over 1,000. I got plenty of music. But we gonna get a pop. We finna get a pop. Man, I can talk to you all day, Nicole. We finna crank it up, everybody. If you're new to the channel right now, this is the Sober Gang Experience podcast. I will be your host for today. I am Mr. Show Out TV. And on my channel, we dive into the complex world of addiction and its path to recovery. Yeah, we finna inspire and motivate a lot of people today. Today's topic is using meth or cocaine with sex. Is it good or bad? It's a taboo. It might be taboo to you, may not be taboo to a lot of people, but a lot of people do use drugs. Come on now, we all grown here. We go just say it like that. We should be grown. We should talk about this shit because a lot of people do it. So we go be talking about it with Nicole from Nicole Accountability. Make sure you go check her YouTube channel out and subscribe to her channel as well. Nicole, we're gonna dive into it. What is your definition of addiction?
Well, my definition of addiction would be something that is taking over your life, that is affecting it in a negative way, to where you're like basically obsessed with whatever that situation or thing is. It could be an addiction to, okay, for example, I was addicted to drugs for many years. Drugs affected my life in a negative way. I did whatever it took to get drugs and alcohol in my body, whether I had money or not. Now that I'm sober, my addiction has shifted to food. And now I struggle with food addiction, not just regular addiction to drugs and alcohol. And I've been sober for 8 years. So now that I'm in sobriety and I'm aware of it and I can make changes, now food has started to affect me negatively because I take in too much of it. So it can be anything. It could be a food addiction, sex addiction, gambling addiction. You could have an addiction to self-harm. You could have an addiction to with keeping yourself from eating food. And so anything that affects your life in a negative way that you can't stop doing on your own, that to me is an addiction.
And on your path to recovery, can you let the viewers know kind of a little bit about your background, a little bit about your story, and how you became to be to inspire those right now?
So I started using drugs and alcohol around the age of about 17 years old. It started out really with stimulants, medication that was prescribed to me, which was Adipex. It was a diet medication that had phentermine is what they called it back in the day, phentermine. And I remember the first time I ever took phentermine, it made me feel amazing. It made me lose weight. It made me feel confident. And so when I couldn't obtain that through a doctor anymore, I started seeking it out on the streets. And so what I ended up finding that was comparable was methamphetamine and cocaine. And I became addicted to methamphetamine and cocaine by the time I was a junior/senior in high school. My addiction progressed though through the years. I was addicted to cocaine, methamphetamine, Xanax, and opioids, and I was an IV drug addict. I shot everything up that I could shoot up. And my addiction got really, really bad. Oh gosh, it was bad. It was bad by the like third or fourth year I was in active addiction. But I would say it really got to its worst point was around 2008 when I did start using IV with a syringe. And in 2008, about 6 months after I started to inject methamphetamine, I was in a car, my own car. I was in the passenger seat with my homeboy Quincy, and we got pulled over, and I got charges for possession of methamphetamine, and I was placed on probation. And I chose probation because I thought, okay, I can do this. I can stop using drugs, and I will just go to the probation officer, take my drug test, do what they asked me to do, and be done with it. Well, that's when I realized I couldn't just stop doing drugs, because I was trying to, and I was failing miserably. I was failing every drug test that my probation officer gave me, and I was on probation for about a year, and about coming to the last part, about that last year, that first year that I was on probation, coming to the end of that year, my probation officer was like, I can't do this with you anymore. I'm sending you to rehab. This is all back in 2008. So she sends me to treatment, and I did my treatment, came out, and I relapsed, like not even 30 days out of treatment. And when she found out I relapsed, she revocated my probation and sent me to prison in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So I didn't do a lot of prison time. I did about 7-8 months of prison time. And when I got out of prison, I knew that I had to do something different. So I was calling up my probation officer and telling her, hey, I'm going to come home. Mom and dad said I could move in with them. And she was like, bitch, you ain't moving in with your mom and dad. You're banned from the county.
Damn. They didn't want you in the county.
You're banned from Garland County. And I was like, what? That was all the family I have. I don't know anybody anywhere else. My parents lived in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and all my other family lives in New York and California. So I was like, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
You know? So I ended up paroling out to a sober living house in Little Rock. Tried to stay sober. I stayed sober for about 9 months, and then I was back to my bullshit. But by 2010, 2011, I was back to my bullshit, living in Little Rock, working in upper management at Kroger. And I was like always able to hold a job for the most part, because I was a really hard worker. Like I did the most at my jobs. I got promoted at my jobs. And for the most part, I always had a full-time job. But in 2012, I met my husband, Neil. And by 2013, we were still boyfriend and girlfriend, but we got pregnant in 2013. And I was addicted to opiates, benzos, and methamphetamine. And I remember I was like, I got to stop doing drugs or I'm going to kill my baby, you know? And so I started trying to like research how I could stop using drugs and without hurting my son or losing him or getting him taken away from me when he was born. And my addiction justified and rationalized, well, you're going to stop doing opiates and benzos, but the methamphetamine's not so bad. And so I would just justify that. And I continued to use meth throughout my pregnancy and gave birth to my son July 4th of 2014. And I was high on meth when I gave birth to my son. And when I gave birth to him, I don't know what was going on, but God had his hand of protection over my son. And he protected my son from me because my son was born healthy. He had no drugs in his system that I know of, and they didn't say anything to me about drugs, nothing. And a lot of people will comment on my content and they'll say, oh, well, if you were black, your kid would have got taken away from you. You know, my mom's Mexican, my dad's Italian, but my husband's mom and dad are white and they're well off. And so I had my Mexican mama there at the hospital with me and my white mother and father-in-law, and nobody said anything to us about drugs. But if they had drug tested me, I was on drugs, you know? And the only thing that I can explain it was either they didn't do their job or God just miraculously protected my son from me. And I like to think that it was my God just protecting me and my son. So I stayed in the hospital for 2 days after Nate was born, just like regular hospital stay. And then they sent us home. And for the next year, I tried to stay sober and do the right thing, being a new mom. Well, I failed miserably and I relapsed after about 90 days of my son being born. And for the next year, till 2 days before his first birthday, CPS came knocking on my door because my best friend called CPS on me. My best friend, who I was sitting there smoking crack with, shooting meth with, we had a huge falling out. She got angry at me because she owed me some money. It's always about money. And she didn't want to pay me that money. So I went and collected it on my own. And when I did that, she got pissed. So that's when she said, I'm calling CPS on you. And she did. And 2 days before Nate's first birthday, CPS came and ended up taking him away from me. And that's when I said, oh, hell no. I will not let CPS keep my son from me. And I went to treatment. I went to detox. I went to treatment. I got help. And I got on Suboxone for my opiate addiction. And that saved my life. Me and my husband both got sober. And I've been sober since July 13th of 2015. My husband had a relapse in 2020. So he has been sober since December 21st of 2020. But I have been sober ever since, and I haven't gone back. But it took me losing custody of my son for me to wake up. It was like the wake up call. You know what I mean? And so I started go ahead.
That's one thing about when we in our addiction. Half the time we don't never just think about nobody else. It's always about us. But like I said, you went through the battles that you went through, and having your son actually getting pregnant probably was a blessing in disguise, because that was the thing that turned everything around for you.
Yeah,
probably was a blessing in disguise. Yeah.
It really, really was. And my son is my purpose. He's the reason why I'm sober today. Like, I honestly don't think, if I hadn't gotten pregnant, I would have never gotten sober. But, he is the reason why I stay sober. And he was my motivation at the very beginning in 2015. But it probably took me a good 3 years. And after about 3 years of being sober and using my son as motivation, then I started wanting to be sober for myself. Because I wanted to have a better life, and I started to actually not hate myself anymore, and I started to want to be better for myself instead of just for my son.
You don't have to cry. I'm telling you, you don't have to cry, because you are a very powerful woman. You are doing an awesome job. You inspiring people. You are motivating people. Hell, you were motivating me.
Sorry.
Listen, Nicole. No, I love it. Listen, Nicole. We go through so many battles in life, man. I like to say that we are battle tested, Nicole. This addiction shit couldn't break us down. It tried to. We went through so much shit. We go through so much shit in this addiction. But see, our story at the end game, the end part of this, gonna be good. It gonna be worth it. It will be worth it. So you don't cry. You keep your head up. You continue to be a strong and positive woman. Continue to be that beautiful smile and keep that positive energy going, because I see it on you. It exudes out of your body, and that will grab it. That would just, I mean, it does. When you
I know what you mean. I get so emotional because, and I'm
passionate about it. Mm-hmm.
With 8 years sober, the hardest thing that I still fight every day is to forgive myself for what happened when I was pregnant with my son, because he is everything to me. He's the reason why I do everything I do and try to help other people, And so as a mom, it's so hard to I said, I still every single day, you guys have to fight to forgive myself. It's very difficult for me. That's why I get so emotional talking about my son, because I haven't forgiven myself. It's so hard. And maybe one day, I'm in therapy and I do all the things. I have a mentor and a sponsor. It's just so difficult to let go of that, because I wish I could go back and change it sometimes.
I know we all do. But see, one thing about it, Nicole, Your son will see what you doing and go be like, he go understand it. He go understand what you going, what you've been through, and what it's all about. Because the end game is so perfect. You are
Yeah.
awesome. You are a strong woman. Hey, and you are motivating so many people in this addiction and recovery shit. You just look. I was doing a video with one lady, and I really didn't know Nicole because I was new to YouTube, but I had started doing StreamYards and I was just uploading videos about me talking about me, and hopefully that some of my friends would see what I was doing, and hopefully they could change. And then when I started going live, I said, you know what, I could start having guest people on here. So I had this one lady. I interviewed this one woman. And she had started to get emotional. And she was telling me, and I was telling her about that, I really just don't do this for views and stuff like that, because if YouTube wasn't here, I'd still be trying to motivate and inspire somebody. You know what I mean? And she said, you do not see what you are doing. You may not think you're doing nothing, but we see what you were doing. And that hit me right there. It was like, damn. You know what I mean? I'm really doing something. So, Nicole, I'm telling you, you might not see that you are doing anything, but people see your message. People get what you are doing. And like I said,
I cannot believe your video got 62,000 views on it. He called me the other day. He's like, Nicole, I don't know what's going on, but I must be shadow banned. I can only get 200 views on a video. And I was like, let me go look at your content. And I was like, this is what you need to do. You don't understand. I love doing that. I love going in and looking at people's stuff and trying to help them to do better, like critiquing it and helping it be even more than what it could be. You know what I mean? I really enjoy doing that.
You helped me out 100% because it was some settings. Y'all look, it was some settings I didn't even have turned on. Nicole said, this is why your shit ain't even being seen. I'm like, God damn. And y'all, as soon as I clicked that, Nicole said, you don't even have these fucking settings on. And she's like, this is why your shit ain't being seen. I'm like, because Nicole, I have some very funny content of me and my son, me and my family. And I think it was one creator commented on one of my TikTok. He said, bro, I don't know why you do not have over 1 million followers. He said, your content is like, I love your shit. He said, man, I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but you need to talk to them about it. I was thinking the same thing. But you
were thinking that you sucked, but it wasn't that you sucked. It's that you didn't have your shit set right.
I ain't know what the fuck I was doing, y'all. They let y'all know, because see, when I got out of rehab, let me give y'all a little backstory of me for all y'all that's new in the channel. And I want to read a couple of comments. We got Allie Lynn. Allie Lynn said, don't cry, Nicole. You are an amazing person, and you're an awesome mom and wife. You worked so hard to get where you are. What you said, and you have helped so many people. Thank you, Allie.
Thanks, Allie.
Thank you, Allie, for that one. Let's see who else. Danny Martin, watching from work. Appreciate it, Danny. I sure appreciate it. Birdman Drug Stories. Go check him out. He's a YouTube creator as well. Amy, so we got quite a lot of people in here, and I know this is all because of you. Like I said, Nicole, thank you. She's my lifesaver. Thank you, Nicole.
Hey, Amy.
Yeah, they are all there. We are having a blast. Let me Danny from Birdman Drugstore said, oh, Danny, I didn't know. He said Nicole is my wife's name. I didn't know
What is his channel called? What is your channel called?
Birdman Drug Stories.
Okay. Yeah. I was just looking it up so I can follow him if I'm not already.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing, everybody. We're trying to inspire and motivate a lot of people in addiction. But let me give y'all a little backstory about my life. I was an alcoholic for more than almost 18 years. I started doing cocaine late in my late age, y'all. I was a late bloomer. I started doing cocaine in my late, probably 33, 34 years of age. And from that cocaine use, everything just downward spiral. So I wouldn't get the help that I needed. And so I'm 2 years sober and clean, you guys. It's been an uphill battle. I'm meeting new people. And like I said, one thing about this addiction stuff, man, is that I have met new people that it's really inspiring. This is what I love to do it for. Like, look, all bullshit to the side. I can really care less about the views, but I need the views. So I would love you guys to continue to rock out with me, because without anybody seeing this, our message can't be seen. So continue to rock out with me, you guys. Continue to hit that like button and continue to share this video.
Do people know that you live here where I live? Do they know you live here?
They don't know that I stay in Arkansas.
Well, now they do. He stays in Arkansas too, y'all.
Yeah,
but he's not where I'm at in Little Rock. He's in a different city. But
we're not that close, not that far away. We're probably like an
hour. No, we're not at all.
About an hour drive.
Yeah.
We finna get into it. We finna get into some more content. Thank you guys for tuning in with me today. I would appreciate your subscription. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit that like for the video. We discussing, man, is using meth or cocaine, is it good or bad? Is it good or bad? It may be taboo to a lot of people, but I'm finna share this video, and I got a video for you, Nicole, here.
Okay, let me see it.
I feel like we need that, like Snoop Dogg, smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
I'm just like, yeah. I actually didn't cough. Did you not? No. Were you smoking with tobacco or was it vaping? Tobacco. Tobacco tends to be a little bit smoother than vaping. Vaping fucking irritates. Oh my god, I always cough if I vape. So if you haven't guessed already, we are going to be talking about high sex. Oh! One of my favourite things to do back in the day.
So it happened to me very recently. I do not get high. I don't take drugs, but I've always heard amazing things about high sex. And I've been feeling during lockdown that I just wanted to smoke some marijuana. Smoke the marijuana. So it came about, it came into fruition, it happened. I smoked weed and had sex whilst I was really fucking blazed.
Of course, we should really say a disclaimer before we go on, is that weed is still illegal in the UK. We understand that this is an illegal act and we do not recommend smoking weed for everyone because it's not everyone's drug and it's not everyone's thing.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's my thing, to be honest.
And it can be problematic. There's a reason why I stopped smoking about 3 or 4 years ago.
I definitely pranged out as well.
Yeah, like, fully.
Fully. It wasn't the best experience, but the sex made it good because it was amazing.
I mean,
the reasons people use crystal meth are varied and diverse, but a very common thread through why gay men use it is for sex with one another. It creates an environment in which the inhibitions and anxieties we have around our own sex lives and HIV can be put to the side. And in those spaces, we say yes to things we've perhaps always wanted to, but never dared to.
It's also something we need to respect because it's something that can turn on its head very easily, and that compulsion, that pulling that the drug has. I mean, I think that meth has a very unique ability to make you want to have more and to want to recreate what you've experienced with it, which we need to respect and have a very healthy approach to.
Because crystal can help you unlock some of those desires, it's important to always keep at the back of our minds that we might be reaching a new physical limit that we never encountered before, and we can go right past it and actually do some damage to ourselves.
The sex you have on meth is incredibly intense and intimate and more powerful and more alive and more full and extraordinary than often you've had before. The problem with that then can be that sex without drugs can seem very plain and very vanilla, and it's a problem for some people that have had a very extensive and very heavy meth and sex history, that they find the idea of sex without meth to be completely uninteresting.
When planning to party, sometimes you can be substance affected and things can get a little bit out of control. It's really important to have some strategies before going in. Something that I've used in the past is having a safe word. Sometimes you can get into an environment where there might be numerous people involved in sex, and you might all of a sudden just have that change of internal feeling, and you might think to yourself, there's something not going on right here that I'm comfortable with. A safe word is really important.
That means that we have to be able to trust the person that we're with, for them to kind of look out for us and to look out for each other.
Okay, there it is right there. So yeah,
I have so much to say about this. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah. We go now. You know, I'm gonna start it off like this. What's your reaction to that video?
First of all, fuck having sex on weed. What? Who gives a fuck about that? I'd fall asleep. I'd be eating me a damn cupcake. Okay? But having sex on meth is like another experience you ain't never had.
That's another animal right there.
It is so intense. Okay, so when I'm high on meth and the guy I'm with is high, like my husband and I had meth sex. Okay, we used to have meth sex all the time, and so when I tell you guys, it is like imagine all your feelings being heightened times 1,000. So you think your wing wang gets hard? Imagine it getting hard times 1,000. You think your vajayjay gets, is the ocean? Imagine a tsunami down in that bitch. Okay, like it is so intense. So when me and my husband would have sex, it was like very intense, very. I can't explain it. Intense is the perfect word for it. But then what they said afterward was, when you get sober, it can be really hard to get back to being intimate with your partner because, like, how do you do that? How do you go from being like times 1,000 on just ready to go, and having this like intense, like no holds barred, not being afraid to ask to do new positions, not being afraid to ask, will you do this to me? Can I touch you here? Can we do this? You're not worried about any of that when you're on meth. It's like everything just goes, And so when me and my husband got sober, it was like, what do we do now? Like, how do we do this without that?
Yeah, because you get so accustomed to doing it one way. That's like when that dopamine, everybody. The dopamine is an effect that it hits your neurons in your body. Like if you give a baby candy, that baby, that's a dopamine. Anything that you like is a dopamine, and it hits your body. It lets your body know that you like it. So if you continue to use and have sex, that creates dopamine for you. So every time you use it and every time you're having sex, they giving your body, they're hitting your body and your neutron, letting your body know that this is what it is. So trying to do it without being high is kind of a Debbie Downer, you know what I mean? So that's how a lot of times a lot of people can get addicted to anything that they're doing anyway, or it, like you said, can intensify it.
Them talking about crystal methamphetamine being used in same-sex gay men's relationships is so true too. I mean, a lot of the guys that I partied with back in my active addiction were gay men, and methamphetamine was a drug that they would give each other in order to perform better, to be able to perform and do the things that they wanted to do all night long. And I can remember one time in particular, me and my husband had been on a bender for like 5 days. We hadn't slept, it was probably about, don't get me to lying, it was about 3 days without sleep. By the fourth day, I'm hallucinating. Okay. So 3 days in, 3 days in, and I haven't slept. And I remember we had been, having a lot of sex, and my hallucinations started to come on. And when I would hallucinate that a bitch was in the bed with us, underneath the bed, trying to get with my man. And I would pull the covers open, and then there would be nobody there. And then I pulled the cover back, and I could see her silhouette in between my husband's legs, giving him the what. And I'm like, oh, hell no. And then I'd pull the cover back again to try and catch her, and then she'd be gone. But that's how serious these hallucinations were for me. I know y'all are probably thinking I'm crazy, but I'm serious.
No, I've been through that same shit. Because let me tell you what, y'all, we having a good time right now. If y'all feeling any parts of this content right now, make sure you give this damn video a thumbs up, because we rocking out with Nicole and Nicole Accountability. No, Nicole, listen, I had a bender. One day I was just, my girl had left, so I'm in the house by myself. She had took the kids and everything. So let me remind you. Now, I'm a drinker, you guys. I'm a drinker. So I got on cocaine in my early 30s. And that just turned a whole nother animal out of me, Nicole. So everything, I started being paranoid. I started thinking that she was cheating on me. And all this time, 16 years together, she never fucking cheated. And so we going through shit, and that cocaine is another monster itself. So one day I'm in the house, right? I'm thinking, I'm hearing shit. And somebody had moved out of the house next door. I'm thinking, I'm like, can y'all hear these people? I'm talking, hallucinating, yeah. I know about this shit because I was on a bender like for 3 days, like you said, without sleep. On that third fucking day, I started hearing shit. I started seeing. I couldn't even drive. I tried to go buy some cigarettes and I got in the car and was stuck. I was like, man, I gotta get up out this shit.
That's the word for it.
I was stuck. I couldn't do shit. I said, man, this shit got to stop. I got some questions for you.
I used to get so stuck that I could not. You say drive. I would drive, but I would drive in my rear view mirror. I would watch the rear view mirror and look at the road. Watch the rear view mirror, look at the road. Because I was so worried that somebody was behind me following me. So I would constantly switch between the rear view and the front windshield. The rear view and the front windshield because I was so, paranoid that somebody was going to get behind me. And the stuckness would be like I would get stuck in like one area of my house where I had boarded us in. I put all the furniture in front of the door. I put my dresser in front of the door, the TV stand in front of the door, the fucking chairs, everything. And then I would lay down on the floor, and there was this little crack between the door and the apartment building floor and our door. Mm-hmm. And I would look under that crack and wait for people's feet to go by because I thought that the police were walking by my door. So I was waiting for them to kick it in. How miserable is that? That's miserable as fuck.
No, it's not because, hey, listen to this story. I interviewed this one lady, and she also, you guys, I go live every Tuesday. Remember this, I go live every Tuesday. We're going live tomorrow at 12 a.m. or 1 p.m. Central Standard Time with my panel of guest speakers. So I would love for you guys to check us out Tuesday, tomorrow too. I had interviewed this one lady that she was on my panel. She said that when she was intravenous use, meth, shooting it up. And she said she was so high. And she said, who vacuums their lawn at 3 o'clock in the morning? She was vacuuming her grass. And she said that's what she knew. She's like, now who does that? That's not regular for somebody to go outside and start vacuuming their yard. And so, yeah. So
that's the tweaker shit. I believe it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get into the comment section. I hope I pronounced your name right, sweet. I think it's Clary.
That's what I call her. I call her Clary too.
She said, no, so true. When my fiance was tripping out, he was convinced I had a man hiding behind my headboard. So this shit is really true. So yeah, man, we rocking out. Thank you guys for rocking out with me, man. Thank you. And become a supporter of my channel. Make sure you subscribe on your way out. But Nicole, I'm like an interviewer. I love to get these questions together. People say, man, you be having some awesome questions. But I'm going to start out with this one. What are some common motivations or reasons individuals engage in drug use during sex encounters?
What are some common motivations why they do it? Well, okay. Being nervous. I'm nervous, using drugs it oils the will. It gives them that confidence to go into the experience, not being embarrassed or ashamed or too afraid to keep the lights on. When you're on that dope right there, I call meth dope, just so y'all know. I don't know why I do that, but I call it, a lot of people think I'm talking about heroin, but when you're on meth and it's like, you're not embarrassed. You're not shy. You're not afraid for somebody to see you naked. You're like, woohoo, ready to go. So that would be a common reason why I think a lot of people use is to kind of like break the ice.
Awesome. Number 2, what are some potential risks and dangers associated with using drugs in conjunction with sexual encounters? Well,
when we use substances, they make us not care as much, right? And so a lot of times we won't wear a condom, or we might just hook up with somebody on a first night stand and they could have, like they said in there, HIV, hepatitis C or something else. And we just do it because we're not really thinking that clearly. So it inhibits us. Some other risks are, though, when you're taking methamphetamine, you get dehydrated. A lot of people will be on day-long benders. And so you could fucking get dehydrated and pass out or, get a fucking cramp. I've had that happen to me so many times in between meth sex. I will have a Charlie horse come into my leg. And I'm in a position where I'm like a W, and my leg's up here and this leg's down here. And all of a sudden the leg starts cramping and you're like, what do I do?
Nicole, I'm doing my duty, y'all. Okay, I'm doing my duty. I'm thinking I'm doing pretty good. All of a sudden, I catch that back muscle in that leg. Y'all, listen, this shit is so fucking real.
She's probably like, "Are you okay, old man? You need some help, old man?"
She was like, "What the hell going on?" I was like, "I'm okay." Hey, Nicole, I grabbed the back of that leg and come on.
That happens to us, though, for real, especially because I would not drink enough water. I would get on these like stints where I would just drink Mountain Dew. Ugh, Mountain Dew. I don't drink Mountain Dew as much anymore because of that reason. When I was high on meth, I drank Mountain Dew like no other.
So, like I said, I got some few more questions, y'all.
Okay.
Are there any specific drug that poses greater risk or have more significant effect on sexual behavior or sexual health?
Well, I feel like methamphetamine's pretty high up there, but I know a lot of people use like ecstasy, MDMA, Molly, to have sex with. I don't know if it poses a more of a risk or not, but I know that it's another, like I guess you could say club drug or sex drug.
Awesome answer. Have you observed any specific trends or patterns regarding drug use and risky sexual behavior?
Well, yeah, the trends and patterns are, having multiple partners, not wearing protection. A lot of the risks that I would take before I met my husband were like when I would be in a position. And I know a lot of the ladies might be able to relate to this, but like when you have a dealer and he has a lot of drugs and you're a girl and you're like, "Hey, I ain't got no money, but we can hook up, and then you get free drugs." And so that's something that I know a lot. I know at least I did that. I'm not going to say all women do that, but like if I had a chance to use my sexualness to my advantage when I was in active addiction, I would do that,
Absolutely, that's true. Because I know this firsthand. For me, selling dope, because I used to sell meth. I used to sell cocaine myself, but I never used it. But until later on in my life, that's when I started getting into cocaine. But it will be women that will come and offer that, and sometimes, and I'm just being upfront. I think that's part of the game sometimes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Most of the time when I would meet with my dealer, I would have money. Like I always had a job. But some of my dealers were really cute. And I was like, well, fuck it. Let's get it on and I can get a free bag.
That's kind of how it was with me, because there would be some females coming in there that'd be like, just like you said, and I'd be sitting over there just high. I'd probably just be high.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, and now I serve her, right? I give her whatever she says she needs, and she'll pay me. And she'd be like, "Well, can I come over a little later on the night?" I'll be like, "Wow, okay."
That's how it was for me. So, like, I didn't work the corner or anything or sell myself like that, but I did have relationships with my dealers where we would have we would hook up. We we were cool. I always said we were cool like that, but it's like whatever. Back then, I was single and that was not a big deal to me. But now that I'm older and sober, of course, now I wouldn't want to do that. And when I found my husband, of course, me and him, I've never cheated on my husband. He's my best friend. Even though we were in active addiction together, I would use my street smarts. He would use his white boyness, and we would put that power together and get whatever we needed. And we could work the streets, baby.
Awesome. Well, we're going to continue this. Can drug use during sex lead to addiction or dependency? If so, how?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Because when we're using drugs, and say we're just using it for having sex, well, the more and more we get comfortable using drugs with sex, the more we don't want to do sex without drugs. And so the longer we use, the more frequent we use, the more we are apt to becoming dependent on whatever drug or substance that we are using, especially if it's something like, like an opioid or something, because our body, or alcohol or benzos, because our body becomes dependent on those physically.
Awesome. Let's see what else I got. So we're going to continue. Hey, you answering these spot on. Are there specific? I hate saying that word. Specific strategies or harm reduction techniques that can promote safer drug use during sex?
Absolutely. So I love harm reduction. Okay. And I want every person in here to understand something, that if you're still using substances, you're still valuable. You're still worthy. I love you. And if you are using substances and you're not ready to fully commit to quitting, there are safe ways that you can use substances to protect yourself, like going and ordering the bulk box off of Amazon of the fentanyl test strips. So that way you can test whatever drugs you're using to make sure they don't have fentanyl in them. Some other safe ways of using substances, if you're an IV user, is to make sure that you have plenty of syringes to use, so you're not using the same syringe over and over and over again and hurting yourself, giving yourself an abscess, giving yourself a miss. I caught hepatitis C because I didn't have access to safe syringes here in Arkansas. Back when I was using, I don't even think there was a harm reduction institute in Little Rock yet back then. And so I would go to Walgreens to try and get syringes, and they would not sell them to me, even when I had money, because we live in the Bible Belt, and that's just how they would deny you what you need if you had money. It didn't matter. It's their judgment call, and you won't get them. So I ended up catching hepatitis C from using a syringe after one of my friends. And so keeping clean syringes, making sure you have bottled water to use, so that way you don't have to use water out of the toilet or a puddle or wherever, because we get to desperate situations. Making sure that you guys are using protection when you're having sex and using drugs is also really, really important. And never using alone. And there is a 1-800 number that you guys can call. It's called Never Use Alone. All you have to do is go onto Google, type in Never Use Alone, and it'll pull it up. And that's a number that you can call and you can use on the phone with that person, so that way they can make sure that you don't have an overdose. And if you do, they can alert the authorities and get help to you right away.
Awesome. I did not know that. See, I'm learning something new today. I did not know that. I didn't know that. Okay. What are some of the warning signs that someone may be developing problematic drug use or co-occurring substances disorder or sexual health concerns?
So, there's some people out there that can use drugs recreationally, right? They'll use them and they'll go on about their day. But I would say some warning signs that somebody's developing addiction is that they are unable to function properly without drugs. They can't get out of bed without using their drugs. They can't go to work without using their drugs. They can't go to family functions without using drugs. They're lying. They're cheating, they're stealing. Like, those are the warning signs that I exhibited when I was struggling with drug addiction. Was I was manipulating, lying, cheating, stealing. I couldn't do anything without my drugs. And if I had to do something without drugs, I was miserable.
We're going to see. I got a few more questions for you.
No, you're fine.
How can individuals who engage in drug use during sex access resources and assistance from harm reduction, sexual health, and substance use treatment?
So there's harm reduction institutes in almost all 50 states, I think, now. But all you have to do is type in harmreduction.org or harm reduction and then the city or state you live in, and they give out condoms. They give out female condoms and protection. Also, at your Department of Human Services, you can go there and get what is it called? Not drug testing, STD testing. Okay, plenty of condoms, birth control, so that way you're staying safe and protecting yourself, and get your partner to do it with you too. If you don't want to go down to Walmart and spend money on the damn Trojans or whatever they're called, you can literally go to the Department of Human Services or your Harm Reduction Institute in your city or state and get those services and those items to protect you.
Awesome. Are there any emergency research findings or innovative approaches that address the complex resolution between drug use and sexual behavior?
Um, you know, I try to. I don't know if this is an emergency thing, but I try to talk about have sex and drugs on my channel because I have a lot of people that follow me that are in recovery who are trying to mend their relationships with their significant others that they both used in. Um, they both used in active addiction and now they're together in sobriety, and so I feel like it's such a taboo thing that a lot of people don't talk about. Online. Like I know that I talk about sex and my experience with using sex and doing drugs, but I know that a lot of people get embarrassed or ashamed. And so that's why I try to
Yeah,
talk about it over there on my channel or like we're
yeah,
talking about it here
yeah.
because
That's
there's
right.
nothing to be embarrassed of. We're all adults, and
That's
we've
right.
all been there.
That's exactly what I was saying. Because a lot of people shied away from wanting to do this. I wanted this to be a panel interview. I wanted to do this like on a Tuesday when we go live, you guys. But I was like, I didn't really. I asked the panel people first. I sent them a message like, "Do you feel comfortable with talking about this?" Because some people might not want to talk about it or discuss it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's very necessary to talk about because people are doing this. People are getting high and having sex. I mean, like you said, so we should be mature about it, mature enough to talk about this shit. And but I would love to piggyback over something you said. And there are always pros and cons when it comes to shit. You know what I mean? That the pros is you might last longer, it might be good, the sex might be fantastic. And there are always some cons too, because I know sometimes and I'm gonna just be like this. Some girls call it dope dick when you
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
you cannot get aroused. A woman can be doing anything she could be going, giving you probably fellatio and
Yeah.
ain't nothing happening because that dope do something to your body where it's not thinking. Your private part's not thinking right, so that ain't even reacting.
Especially
Yeah.
opiate users, heroin users, fentanyl users, painkiller users. That happens to a lot. Then when they get off the opioids, it's like wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey, baby.
Yeah. So you're ready. You're ready. So there's, like I said, pros and cons that come with all this shit. And I just wanted
Yeah.
to have a mature audience. I love everybody in the comment section. Salute to everybody in the comment section. And like I said, we trying to have a mature conversation, a mature dialogue with Nicole from Nicole Accountability. So this we rocking out. We rocking out. Are there any? I thought that cocaine was probably the main one because we see it on TV like all day long. People use cocaine and they go on the millionaires. They have their sex parties and shit like that. They got a tray of cocaine going around, and so it's meth number one, or is it cocaine, or they both the same?
I just got really paranoid when I would use cocaine, like because I would inject it. So I would inject cocaine, and because cocaine is so short lasting but so intense, I would get scared. So with methamphetamine, it's intense but it's long. And so I was used to that, and I don't know why I never had I don't think I've ever really had sex on cocaine because of how bad my paranoia was when using it. But I do know that a lot of like men and women will use it nasally. I used it nasally for a short period of time and went straight into injecting it. Inject it, like I'm telling you right now, it was like a train would go off in my ears. Ring, you would hear these, it would go like ring, wah, wah, wah. And then I'm like freaking out and like hiding in the corner beside the toilet for like hours because of how intense it is. So I couldn't do anything. I would freeze on cocaine, intravenous cocaine.
But like I said, there's also, we got people out there that can use.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
and
for sure.
Now, ain't no point of time are we glorifying or are we glorifying this? We just simply, we are having an adult conversation about, using drugs and sex. But there are some people out there that can't really just have sex and do it the right way. There, you know what I'm saying? So it is, like I said, it's a pro and a con to everything that we do. And for some women out there, the cons are also, you just got to make sure you protect yourself. If you in a club and you taking these drugs and you want to go have sex with somebody in the bathroom in the club, just make sure you protect yourself, because he could be a weirdo. He could be a weirdo. You might not know this man, and these drugs make us just lose all apparent thoughts, and we just randomly, and we just react without thinking. And a lot of these drugs can have us in the bathroom doing stuff, and you might be doing it unprotected, and then, like you said, you can contract some STD that or anything like that. So if you are using drugs out there, make sure you're doing it in the correct way. Make sure you protect yourself, and make sure you're doing it. And if you're doing it in a group, make sure you know the people that's in that group. Don't just be doing it around a lot of weirdos. It's a lot of people that'll take drugs in these groups and wake up in South Brazil being sex trafficked. So you
take advantage of you. For sure.
You might get took advantage of. You might wake up, don't know where you at, or you might not wake up at all. So if you out there and you are taking drugs and you are using and mingling it with sex, just make sure you're doing it in the correct way, and you protect yourself. That's one of the things. That's one of the things I would do.
And I do want to say, like, when I explain my experiences to you guys, like, I'm just telling you straight up how it was. Like, that's never my intention, is to like glorify, but I want you to understand, like, this is how it made me feel. But I also want to tell you that, like, I lost everything because of my drug use. I lost custody of my son. I lost my jobs that were really important to me. My family members didn't want to be around me anymore because of my substance use was so severe that they couldn't trust me to be in their home anymore. So, I can tell you about how the drugs made me feel good, but the other side of that was me losing everything just to get that feel good feeling.
Absolutely. I'm trying to find that. You can keep going, Nicole.
It was like a short, and also a lot of my experiences using substances, I would feel good for that time, and then the guilt and the shame and the remorse after that it was so intense. So I would feel so much shame and guilt afterward. And so you get the feel good feeling, but then you feel like dog shit afterward, and you're crashing and you're depressed.
That's what I used to hate about it. I used to hate about it because you would spend your money on that shit, and you up for that moment. You getting it in and shit like that. And then, like you said, you depressed. That downtime is like the worst shit ever. Now you're going back. It's not worth it. Now you're going back and trying to figure out who all did I fuck up and make mad at me? Who did I piss off? Who did I piss off? You're going through your phone trying to figure out all these messages. You done piss people off. You got people mad at you. You ain't been asleep. You're probably missing days of work. And for what? What is the end game? You know what I mean? So sometimes when we in this addiction shit, we don't think about the end game. What is the end game? What is at the end of this rabbit hole? What do I get out of it? You know what I mean? When I started to put that shit together, Nicole, that's when I really started to learn that, this is not what it is anymore. You know what I mean? I need to put all this energy I'm doing and focus this energy on something else. That's when I got into school. This is my second year of college. I'm trying to get my bachelor's in drug and alcohol counseling. I made the dean list last semester, so my grades are up.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm working. I got my business license started. So Sober Media LLC is my company, and it's registered through the state of Arkansas from the governor's office. So I got a legal business bank account of its own. That's its own entity. Sober Game Experience is my trademark. I registered that through the USPTO. So can't nobody steal that. That is my
good for you.
That is my legal name. So I'm staying on it. And one thing that I want to do in Arkansas, Nicole, and I'm gonna talk to you about this on the back end because I don't want to say too much about it. But I want to start a halfway house here in Arkansas.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So I'm hitting the ground running. I'm hitting the ground running to everybody. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to motivate and inspire people in addiction. If it's your first time to the channel, you already know what to do. Quit playing with me. hit that like and subscribe button right now. We in the build. I got Nicole Accountability in the building, y'all. And we chopping it up. We doing what we
I love how hype you are. You're like the hypest motherfucker. Well, I'm hyped too, though.
Hey, I was hyped I was hyped when I first started. I don't know if y'all watch the playback. I would love for you, Nicole, check out the playback because before you came
I will.
Before I was sitting there dancing and everything, I was in my own world because I feel good. Like I worked all week. I'm off Monday and Tuesdays, you guys. So that's when I go live. If I got an interview scheduled with a person, I usually do the interview on Mondays. And on Tuesdays, that's when me and my panel and my guest speakers, we go live. So y'all continue to rock out with me, man. I will continue to share. You can follow me on Facebook. Nicole will share my Facebook link with you guys. Subscribe to my channel. Also, I will have my TikTok down there, y'all. I mean, Nicole, you did it right there, girl. That thing is.
I gotta go look at your TikTok because I'm so excited for you. I really, really am.
Thank you so much.
Because I know how it feels to feel like you're making content and nobody sees it. But the only you didn't have your you had your privacy settings set so nobody could duet you or stitch you. And so on TikTok, I know a lot of you guys know this, but on TikTok, like the main way a lot of our content gets out there, 68,000 views so far. Damn, that's great. A lot of the way our content gets out there is by people reacting to it, duetting it, stitching it, and that's why I noticed that you didn't have yours on. So I'm so glad that you got them on. And I knew that you would be able to, like, for me, what has helped me, and I was talking to everybody about this morning, was like organically sharing what I've experienced through my addiction is what has brought me the most success and people seeing me, is by sharing my experiences with Xanax, Adderall, cocaine, whatever it is. And that doing little series is like that, especially on TikTok, where I can do it in 60 seconds. People can hear my experience and they can find me that way, So I'm so excited for you, for real.
Thank you. If y'all new to the channel right now, earlier in the broadcast, we played a little video clip. And I'm finna play this video again for the people who just tuning in right now. I'm finna play this video clip again for you guys.
Like Snoop Dogg, smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
I'm just like,
yeah.
I actually didn't cough. Did you not? No.
Were you smoking with tobacco or was it vaping?
Tobacco.
Tobacco tends to be a little bit smoother than vaping. Vaping fucking irritates. Oh my God, I always cough if I vape. So if you haven't guessed already, we are going to be talking about high sex.
Oh!
One of my favorite things to do back in the day.
So it happened to me very recently. I do not get high. I don't take drugs, but I've always heard amazing things about high sex. And I've been feeling during lockdown that I just wanted to smoke some marijuana.
Smoke the marijuana.
So it came about. It came into fruition. It happened. I smoked weed and had sex whilst I was really fucking blazed.
Of course, we should really say a disclaimer before we go on, is that weed is still illegal in the UK. We understand that this is an illegal act and we do not recommend smoking weed for everyone because it's not everyone's drug and it's not everyone's thing.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's my thing, to be honest.
And it can be problematic. There's a reason why I stopped smoking about 3 or 4 years ago.
I definitely pranged out as well.
Yeah.
So that's the video, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in with me today. Hold on, Nicole, before you get up out of here. I gotta let Nicole get up out of here. She got some real business she gotta take care of, you guys. Thank you, Nicole. Look. I'm so thankful to have you showing me the ropes. This is very. Thank you. Y'all continue to rock out with me, man. Yeah.
You need to come on my channel. Okay.
Hey, we can do this all the time. YouTube, when you go live, you can go live together. They just started it.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah,
but I don't know how to do it. Do you?
I think we can figure it out. I think when
we'll figure it out.
When you click the live together, you copy the link and you send it right to me. It's like a StreamYard.
Really?
Yeah, so
We'll have to try it out. We'll have to try it out. But I want to get you on my channel to share your whole story. So I do it a little different. I basically let you basically share your story, and every now and then I'll jump in with some questions. But it's kind of like, you know, when you go to Alcoholics Anonymous or something and you share what your life was like before addiction, what your life was like during addiction, and what your life is like now. And I would love to have you come on and specifically talk about your alcoholism, because most of the people that I have come on are meth addicts, heroin addicts, fentanyl addicts. I don't have a lot of alcoholics.
Right. I got you. I'm a recovered
And alcoholism is hard fucking core. It is no joke.
Oh, man, look, like I was telling everybody, alcohol you can get anywhere. You can get it in the store. You can go in Walmart and get it. You know, you can't go get heroin at these stores. You can't go get meth. You could probably find a dealer in there, but alcohol is everywhere. It's in every store. So it's always temptations about this shit. And it's one of the hardest drugs to get off of. But y'all, thank you, Nicole. Me and Nicole finna do some awesome things together, you guys. You will be seeing me a lot more on her platforms. And we finna do some collabs together. We finna do some TikToks together, Instagrams. Y'all finna just see us everywhere, you know what I mean? Because she know the ins and outs of this shit. And she done put me under her wing and she's showing me the ropes. So I'm very much indebted to you for that, Nicole. Thank you.
No problem. Never any problem. No big deal, okay?
Thank you. So I'm going to let you go and get up out of here, Nicole. Thank you. And if this is your
I
first time,
love you guys. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Terrence right now. Subscribe to his channel. Please, if you came from my channel, please subscribe to his channel and show him some support and some love. And it's never I like helping people. So I love you, man. And I'm here for you. And if you need any more tips or tricks, you know what you need to do. Just send me a text, okay?
I got you.
All right. Love you guys.
See you, Nicole. Hey. Come on, gang. Sober gang. Come on. Y'all cannot tell me y'all did not like that broadcast today. Nicole Accountability came in today, y'all. And she was dropping number these jewels, y'all. That is what we're doing in the Sober Gang Experience podcast. We are here to motivate and encourage and inspire people in addiction. When we go live on Tuesday, make sure you continue to check us out on our live panel discussion. Hey, y'all, man, we motivated, man. We motivated. Hey, I really love this broadcast because this is very well needed. And it's taboo to a lot of people. Some people don't want to talk about sex and drugs. They feel shame to talk about it, but hey, man, people do this every day. And this is a conversation that needed to be had. And who else better to do it than me and Nicole? Quit playing. Y'all quit playing with me and Nicole. Hey, we finna run it up. Me and Nicole finna continue to do business together. We finna continue to inspire people in addiction. One video at a time, man. One video at a time. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much, man. Make sure you share this live stream. Make sure you share this live stream on your platform, on your Facebook, on your Twitters, on your Instagram. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you would love to become an official member of my channel, click that join button on my home screen. We are dedicated exclusively to inspire and motivate those in addiction, one episode at a time. Thank you guys for rocking out with me. Tune in with me next week. Tune in with me tomorrow. We're going live tomorrow at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we will be discussing relapse. Why do I relapse? I will have a thumbnail up later on this evening so you guys can click on the thumbnail and get y'all notifications there as well. Thank you guys for rocking out with me. Mr. Show Out TV. This is the Sober Gang Experience. Till next time.
Welcome to Mr. Show Out TV Recovery and Addiction YouTube channel, where we hope to inspire those battling addiction. Please subscribe and like the channel. Make sure you click the notification bell to get notified whenever we broadcast. Thank you and enjoy the show. To support the channel, you can send donations to Cash App $Mr. Show Out TV. So please don't wait, subscribe now. Together we can help and give inspiration to millions of people.